One. All right. Welcome, everyone. Got
Ladies
microphone
and
plug
gentlemen,
episode today.
welcome to episode number 10
10.
of
Yeah.
the Microphone Club. The
Yeah.
10th episode and the last one of 2020. I'm sure everyone has enjoyed this amazing year we've been given.
Yeah.
Hip hop. We're gonna talk about some stuff today. We're gonna give our favorite albums over the year
Yeah.
and our favorite songs. Also gonna talk about some other stuff. Obviously, we had a pretty big album drop on Christmas Day. So let's get right into that. Playboi Carti finally
A
dropped
whole lot of
Whole
red.
Lotta Red, December 25th, and it was not good. It was
Um,
not good.
I
I'm
mean,
sorry.
there's a
That
lot
shit
to
wasn't good.
this album. Everything about this album is very interesting. The rollout, how it was teased, and then every Friday, Cardi fans would stay up just to get disappointed, and then they become like, sad, and it was like it's your fault. You know what I mean? Like you had to be nobody told you to be a Cardi fan. You chose to be one.
True. Not true.
But so me and Nikosh, obviously, this is a huge album, and I think a lot of our viewers are going to be interested to see because this is a very popular album, obviously. So people are going to be interested to see what we're going to say on this. It's,
Popular, but it wasn't good.
it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't very good. Um, there, I don't know where to begin. So one thing I want to touch on is when I listened to the album, we did a Discord party. We did like a listening party on Discord. It was very fun,
Yeah.
and we're thinking about doing something like that in the future with when another big name drops, like with Drake's album. That would be very interesting. Do a listening party on Discord, and I think it'll be better because there's gonna be good songs on that album for sure. Um,
Hmm.
like more than there's gonna be more good songs to look like more songs to look
Yeah.
forward to. I think so. Yeah, like in the future, we're definitely gonna do another one of those. It was really fun, and it made the album more. It made the listening experience more enjoyable because the album itself.
Friends, yeah. I was gonna say like doing something with friends, like always makes it better. Like
Yeah,
me and my friend, for example, yesterday, no, not just a couple of days ago. So like the new Wonder Woman movie came out, Wonder Woman 1984, and me and my friend watched it on Discord. That movie was also pretty bad. I wouldn't recommend it, but like yeah, but like it makes the dumb stuff better because you and your friend can like laugh together or be like, "Yo, what the fuck is this?"
yeah,
or some dumb shit, right? Because you're experiencing it at the same time. Makes it a lot better.
yeah. It made it more bearable. I think, in all honesty, I don't think I would have finished the album if I was just listening to it on my own. Because we sort of stopped, went through every song together. After every song, we talked about that the last song. There's no way I would have
Yeah.
finished the album if it was by myself. I don't think I would have. Um, but on a lighter note, I think so. 24 songs. There was one song I really liked. New Neon was probably my favorite song out of all the songs on the album. I like that the most, I think. But yeah, 24 songs. Um, Listen, it was a pain to get there. I'm
Kind
sorry.
of, kind
I'm
of,
sorry. I'm sorry.
kind of mid, kind of mid. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up my Spotify quick. I just want to see what kind of shit what. So as I was listening to, whenever I listen to a new album, I
Mhm.
always like the songs that I actually liked off the album,
Mhm.
and then I re-listen to them at a different point. So I really liked the song with Kanye West, the Kanye West feature. I thought that was pretty good.
It was
Go
an
to the Moon. For those that haven't listened, it was okay. Benno exclamation mark. It was also okay. Jump out the house. I thought was pretty funny. That's why I liked it. I enjoyed it. Metamorphosis was a pretty good song. Although personally, I thought Kid Cudi kind of carried that track pretty hard.
I thought Cuddy had a
Um,
good verse for sure, but then
I
Cardi
like
came in and was
yeah, I like Slayer. Uh, Matt was kind of Matt for no pun intended was pretty meh. Um, Vamp Anthem I really liked. I like how we flipped the
the
Dracula
Dracula.
theme
Yeah,
sample. That was
yeah.
pretty interesting to me.
Mhm.
New Neon I liked, and I liked Sky. I thought Sky was the
I
best
actually thought
song
Sky
off
was
the
a good.
entire
I did like Sky
project.
as well. So there's two songs. I did like Sky as well. That was a good song as well.
I thought Sky was the best. I thought Sky was the best song of the entire project.
But yeah,
But yeah, for I think for I just didn't. I thought the production was pretty good, but the content was pretty like lacking. I guess. Okay. Disclaimer though. Not really a big Playboi Carti fan, so just gonna admit that. I don't really like his style too much, but like I
mhm.
can appreciate music when it's good. Like I don't hate all of his songs, but I just didn't think this album was. First of all, it was never gonna be as good as the expectations led it to be. Another problem that people said was where they said the leaks ruined the album. Um, I mean, if the leaks ruined the album, why didn't he just? I would just throw the leaks on there anyway, so
Yeah.
people had them.
They-
Um, so the same thing happened with like Eternal Take, so because you're waiting for so long for an album to get released, and then of course songs are gonna get leaked. Like songs get leaked all the time.
yeah,
And I
especially yeah,
honestly,
especially big artists
um,
like that.
yeah, we can talk about this. Yeah, we can talk about this later, but like the controversy with leaking. I think it'd also be a good topic to discuss later in the episode.
Mhm.
But yeah, I just don't think it was ever gonna live up to the hype. We haven't seen many artists talk about an album so early, and then it lives up to the hype of how good it was supposed to be. Like I didn't think Eternal Take was as good as the hype was. It was okay. And obviously, Whole Lotta Red was really disappointing. I thought.
Yeah. My main, I think. So, I watched Sean C's video on Whole Lotta Red, and he was basically saying how the the reception of the album is unnecessary because Die Lit was an overrated album already, which is very interesting to think about. Because like, okay, well, he's basically saying Die Lit was bad, so y'all saying this is bad is like is y'all so many people that were trashing this is unnecessary because he also doesn't think Die Lit was a good album. I thought that was an interesting kind of point of
He's
view.
basically saying what, yeah, like he was kind of saying that like you can't say Die Lit was like a 10 out of 10, and then think this album was like a 0
Yeah,
because like I don't know, I like Die Lit. I thought it was a good album. But this Whole Lotta Red album, uh, it was like two years in the making. And not nearly. It's just not very good. It's like a 4 out of 10 album for me.
yeah,
Kanye West did really good on the production. I thought, but Kanye West always does good on the production.
yeah.
So
You can't really miss
that
with
was
that. Like,
that was
it's Kanye. Like,
yeah. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I'm probably not gonna go back to this very much. 2 3 songs maybe, but like they won't be heavily in my rotation.
mhm.
Overall, Playboi Carti, Whole Lotta Red, mid. But yeah, Malachi, final thoughts on Whole Lotta Red.
Yeah, I mean, I'd give like a 4.5 ish. I just but I think at the end of the day, I could see why some people like the album, because if they like Cardi a lot, I guess this kind of sound is something that they were kind of looking for in a way. Me personally, I don't, so I'm not gonna like this album at all, and I just think with Cardi, he always has good production, like, and people always have a discussion like I saw this one tweet. It was like hip hop died when lyrics became more important than beats. Or sorry, when beats became more important than lyrics, right? And the issue I have with that is that
Yep.
it's hip hop. You know, like there's just a wide spectrum of different subgenres and stuff of what makes music appealing, and then people sort of divert into what they like from that. It's a really large, genre of music, right? So
Yeah.
so when people say that, and also like for me personally, like beats aren't even the most important thing to me. I think the way the artist, like their voice, is the most important thing. The way they sound, because the way they sound, like, the beat doesn't have to be something crazy or complex. Like the way they sound is going to be more important to me, I think. But then again, beats are also really important. I don't know, but I just think what we were trying to get at is like on a Whole Lot of Red, there were some good beats, but then Cardi comes in and then he's just kind of whack on that beat. It's like,
I always felt like he could have done more with the beat.
yeah, that's basically how I felt. The beats were good.
Honestly, overall, yeah, beats were good. Just Wasn't a good album.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. If you're a Playboi Carti fan, you probably thought this album was a 10 out of 10.
yeah.
But I don't. I didn't think it was good. But in another Playboi Carti news, when this album dropped, Iggy Azalea decided to expose this man on Twitter and caught his ass in 4K kind of shit. Um, Talking about how him him and Uzi were playing PS5 when um when
When his
Onyx,
son
their
was
son,
born.
was
Yeah.
born, which when you think about it, their son was born 9 months ago and the PS5 was not out 9 months ago.
Was it
So
PS5?
maybe
Well,
Iggy's
maybe it was
dealing with
PS.
something else.
Maybe it was PS. Maybe she meant PS4 or something. Maybe I think she just said PlayStation. I don't know if they specified it was the PS4 or five or not. But
I don't know, but okay. Let me just be real with y'all for a second. I know it's fucked up. Um, if the Playboy Cardi thing that he did to his son is true, it's pretty messed up. Um, but honestly, bro, I don't know why. Imagining Playboy Cardi and Lil Uzi Vert playing PS4. While Iggy's like giving birth to his son. I don't know. I don't know. It just put a funny picture in my mind, which I know it's pretty messed up. But I don't know. That was just my overall like initial thoughts on it. Some other things. Um, Iggy was just going off on some shit, just overall, and how Playboi Carti's been a shit dad and some stuff. But apparently Playboi Carti is trying to rectify the relationship with his son. So, I mean, I guess that's good that he's stepping up and doing stuff.
we saw
But yeah,
the video of him and his
um,
son playing a piano. I think it was. Yeah, it was. They were playing the piano.
yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah, yeah.
there's that.
Piano. Um, yeah, that was an interesting fiasco. It was kind of funny. Like as I was listening to Cardi's album, I was also seeing Iggy's tweets. I feel like it made the listen a lot more enjoyable for me. It made it funnier. Because bro, Iggy just straight up exposed him, like had like all the receipts to all the text messages, all this stuff, and I just thought it was funny. Um, yeah, that about does it for Playboy Cardi
Hmm.
for this year.
Hmm.
Apparently, there's a deluxe. Another thing I wanted to say, actually, which I completely forgot about, there was no promised features on that shit. Like we didn't get half the features we were promised. Like Travis wasn't on it, Uzi wasn't on it, Post Malone wasn't on it. Like we got some whack ass Kid Cudi song. That wasn't the one we were supposed to get, the leaked one on his
Yeah.
Instagram. Like
Yeah.
what the fuck was he feeding us, bro? That's some dog food, dog. Like I'm messing with that shit. But apparently there's a whole lot of Red Deluxe coming. Also Kid Cudi announced that he's dropping a deluxe for his album. So
That
that's
makes.
something to look forward to
Yeah.
when January comes along. Unless Playboi Carti makes his way 2 years again, which I'm not interested in personally. But anyway, to wrap that up, 2020 Playboi Carti kind of cheeks, no cap. Um, he had a shit verse on Pay 1993, a shit single with At Me, and a shit album with Lotta Red. So good year for you, and you also walked out on your son. So pretty good year for
Yeah,
him, I'd say.
that's a great year for Playboi Carti.
Moving
Well,
on to the next subject. Okay, y'all know the song Corvette, pretty big on TikTok. By my man's Pop Hunter. So what's been in the news recently about him is so he remixed that song with Lil Uzi Vert. They came out a couple weeks ago.
mm,
Uh, and apparently so when he was 13 years old, his friend was killed by some dude. I don't know the whole story. I just saw a tweet, so like
mhm.
take this all with a grain of salt, obviously. That's what I'm saying. Apparently he was chilling with his friend and his mom, and some like dude killed his friend, and then he snitched on the dude who killed his friend when he was 13 years old, mind you, 13 years old, and apparently Uzi was like, I don't want my feature, I don't want to be on your album anymore. And apparently he's been like blacklisted by like other artists for snitching and all that shit. And I just wanted to discuss do we think the hip hop rappers are in the right for blacklisting him for snitching? And what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I don't think so at all. Again, we discussed this a bit before we started recording. The situation that we're hearing, like with the news titles, whatever, is not the full situation. Obviously, they basically wrote the headline like that for people to click on it. Obviously, there's some context we're missing that's not actually happening. They do this all the time. The media wants clicks to get people,
Yep.
and sort of, I guess, start controversy as well. I Now I don't know for sure. Maybe that is exactly word for word what happened as well. Maybe it is, but I seriously doubt this. There's a lot of underlying context we're missing from the situation that's not addressed in the headline, but yet it's stirring so much controversy, and that's good for the media because they want those clicks, right?
Yep.
But if we look at the situation from a surface level, from what we're given, obviously I don't think like like something he did was when he was 13 years old, and also it involved one of his friends. He got killed from what we're hearing. So to me,
Yeah.
it doesn't make any sense as to why people would be having any sort of putting him in the wrong in that situation. Just doesn't make sense to me personally, but like I don't know. This whole situation sounds bizarre, so I don't know.
Yeah, I think, yeah. To me, I think it's unfair to blacklist him because, as you're right, 13 was like 4 years ago for me. I definitely can make better judgment now than I could 4 years ago. Along with that, it's different from 6ix9ine snitching is different from this snitching because 6ix9ine was involved in these crimes and gangs, and then he snitched on them. But like in this situation, it's like being called to like be a witness in like a trial. You're saying that like your friend was killed by this person. Like it's not like a bunch of like it's not like you and a bunch of other dudes killed this guy and then you got caught and then you said, "Oh, these four people were working with me." From the surface level, it just seems like some dude killed his friend and he was like, "Oh, he killed him." Like I literally saw him do it. Which personally, I don't see a problem with. But then again, I've never been in a situation where snitching has been like an issue. I live in a suburban town in a middle class house, as I've said before. I don't I've never been around violence or drugs or guns or anything like that. So my opinion is just from an outside point of view. So I'm not trying to be like, oh, like don't snitch or like snitch or that. Like I think obviously there's a huge code, like just a genuine like respect around like gangs and violence and stuff like that, where it's like you don't snitch no matter what. Like it's just a thing. And like, hey, it is what it is, right? Like we can't really speak on that. You do what you do, because that's like the only life you know. That's my thoughts on it. And I think to completely blacklist him from getting any other features or like, because he said himself that he's not getting any like other artists won't talk to him and like Uzi, as I said before, like wants doesn't want the feature to be on his album that he's putting out. So I kind of feel bad for him in a way because that's like a pretty big song. And it looks like, and he's not a terrible artist. That's the only song I've heard from him. But yeah, I mean, I don't know where the situation goes from here because once you snitch, because all these rappers, for the most part, rappers grow up in that kind of lifestyle. So like they kind of know like snitching's like not never to snitch and stuff like that. When you see a snitch, it kind of means like like they're not truly about that life. So it's gonna be hard for him to do anything now. And I think I don't know what happens from here. All right. And moving on, as we said earlier in this episode, I wanted to talk about shit. What did I want to talk about again? I genuinely forgot.
You want to talk about
what I said in the beginning.
I forgot to wait. Hold on. It was like something about the. Say you want. What did you say? I forgot. You said you want to save it for later.
Leaks.
Yeah,
leaks.
that's right.
Leaks.
Yeah.
My bad. I completely, but I remembered him. So, my take on leaks. Recently, people have been like saying that leaks are bad and like never like not to leak shit. Personally, I'm indifferent on leaks. If leaks come out, I'm gonna listen to it because they're out there. Like I'm not gonna like force myself not to. Like it's not like to me, it's not like the same thing as movie spoilers. Like I'm gonna just listen to the song.
Yeah. Right.
So leaks are fine. I think the problem people have with leaks is like what I said earlier is that it ruins like what an artist might put out. Like an artist might change their whole album because these songs have already been leaked. But what I think is just throw the leaks out there anyway if your fans like them.
Yeah, that's it. Now I don't listen to leaks personally. Like I would again like most of the artists I listen to don't get stuff leaked that often. So I feel like maybe if they did more often, maybe I would. Like, I mean, I'm not because I'm not listening. I'm not gonna listen to Playboi Carti leaks or Uzi Vert leaks because like they're not my favorite artists. So,
Yeah.
but but in general, I just think people like leaks. People that leak stuff are annoying because then they expect. Because then I think with Whole Lotta Red now, Whole Lotta Red had still had a lot of songs on it, but people were leaking his stuff
Yeah.
so much. Like we don't know how he could have had the original album before Whole Lotta Red, and then basically had to scrap the idea and make something new. Which and if that is the case, we should actually give Playboy Cardi a lot of props for making a whole lot of Red. Then it still wasn't very good, but she should get more props from at least then trying to make a new sound because he couldn't having so many of his old songs leaked. You know what I mean? That would have been on this
Yeah.
album. You know what I mean? So I personally I just think people should stop leaking stuff. Artists, but then again, um, it's always when you with leaks, it's always the same like group of artists that get stuff leaked very often, right? Have you noticed that?
Playboi Carti is like number one.
So
Too.
maybe
It's
he just
always
needs
two.
maybe he needs a better security, like change the password from 1 2 3 4. Like, what do you like?
Juice WRLD gets like every song leaked, bro. From what I
Yeah,
like,
like
he has so many leaked songs out there.
yeah,
Juice WRLD's pretty big. Uzi's pretty big. I'm just trying to think of some other one. I know Lil Yachty's pretty big
yeah.
too in his leaked songs, but like nobody cares.
Chippy
So
Red had a whole album leaked.
yeah, I mean that shit was ass anyway, and he still dropped it. So I mean it is what it is. But yeah, I just think leaks are like I have no really negative connotation for leaks. Like leaks or whatever, they're okay. Um, but yeah, that's just what I want to say on leaks. But anyway, so 2020
Yeah,
is finally over, as we said at the top of this episode.
yeah,
I know, as I said before, everyone enjoyed this year. Very fun. We got to go out and do a lot of things. I'm sure everyone see their favorite artists in concerts. But within 2020, we also got a lot of good music out, like projects, features, and everything. So what we wanted to do was just kind of give like 10 of our favorites. Remember, just a disclaimer: these are our favorite albums, and not
hmm
ranked in order of how actually good they are,
hmm
as a in order in to confine with the not confine, but like go with the general public's perception of them as
yeah,
well. This is just to our taste, what we've been listening to this year, and we have 10 albums for you and like a couple songs that we also like. We'll also get into features a little bit just off the top of our head.
yeah.
So Malachi, what is first on your list?
Well, I'll start with songs for our favorite
Okay.
songs. They show at number so it's an order, but it's from my least favorite to most favorite. Not like I said, it's not the public or general consensus. It's my just personal favorite, what I liked. Um,
Yeah.
so at number 10 on my songs of 2020 that came out this year, I have Ocean by Spillage Village. This was like it's like a sub. I don't know how to explain it. It's like basically like you take Dreamville and then you branch off even more because it's like the same artist. You branch off even more and you get Spillage Village. It's like JID, Earth Gang, and a few other people, and their song called Ocean, a really good song. Um, yeah, it's about it. A very good song. It's my top 10.
All right. Let me see. Number my to be honest, Malachi put a lot more effort into it. I literally did my list like today, like just before we recorded. Okay, so my first song that I'll talk about is I think it's called Venetia, off of Eternal Take.
Mm-hmm.
Um, most of you have probably heard it. I don't really have much to say. Um, uh, his second verse on that song is one of my favorite verses out of this year. I really like it. The beat's kind of good. It's an upbeat kind of vibe. It's probably my second favorite song off the tape. So, yeah, Venetia
Yeah.
by Lil Uzi Vert.
So at number 9 for favorite songs of the year, I got "Open on Sunday" by Coda the Friend. This is a great song, and I love Coda the Friend. He's or sorry, started listening to this year. I think but also he really came into the scene this year. Like this year, he was like his best year for in terms of music. Um, by far his best year. His album went number one briefly. Um, not many other. I think other people did drop the night, but it was all those albums were dumpster, and then his album was actually very good. So and he was getting a lot of praise for that very briefly, and also no affiliation with any labels or anything like that. This is all independent on its own. I think that's amazing. It wasn't Now this song wasn't from that album. This song was just from an album that he dropped earlier at the beginning of the year. Off of I think it's called Lyrics to Go Volume One, and yeah, it's probably my favorite song on that album. So yeah, that was number 9 for me.
All right. Uh, in no particular order, my second song on this list is "Relentless" off of the Wanna Deluxe.
Mm-hmm.
The Wanna album, it's not on my list, obviously. It was okay, but I really like this song with Gunna featuring Lil Uzi Vert. They have like this kind of like slick, like choppy, kind of chill, laid back flow, and I kind of like that from Lil Uzi Vert. It's nice to hear him mix a bit. But yeah, I mean, Gunna does fucking Gunna stuff. Like, what do you expect from him? Um, and then like Lil Uzi kind of transitions in nicely. But yeah, it's a pretty good song. Not obviously not that long, and the beat's nice. So give that one a listen if you haven't heard it.
Yeah. So at number 7, I have "Prices" by Lil Uzi Vert. This is my favorite song off of Eternal Take. Um, I like. I think this style of music is something that I wish Uzi did a bit more. I like the production on this song. It's not even that I like the production. I thought this suited him so well. I was like, damn, this is such an Uzi beat. But again, that's coming from someone that's not much of an Uzi fan. So someone that's a huge Uzi fan listening to them might think I'm stupid or crazy for saying something like that. But I think if Uzi rapped over more songs like that, I think I would enjoy more of an artist. But yeah, that's my favorite song for Eternal Take, and it cracked my top 10 songs for this year.
Right. My third song on my list is Three Headed Goat, Lil Durk featuring Lil Baby and Polo G. That song is a banger. Polo G, one of the best features this year on that song. Lil Baby did his thing. Lil Durk had a good first verse there. Most of you probably heard that song. It was pretty big on TikTok at one point. Probably Lil Durk's second biggest song, I guess. Really, really up there in terms of popularity, but also a really good song. The beat's nice. All the rappers do their thing. The song structures. But yeah, if somehow you haven't heard that song, definitely give it a listen.
Yeah, and then next on my list, I have "Seattle Interlude" by Chris Patrick. He's more of an underground artist. Most people probably aren't familiar with his work, but damn, this song is phenomenal. There's not much else to say. I think on Twitter, it was the Shrek Knows Rap Twitter page that put me on him, and also the Dreamville Twitter page. They were reposting his music a lot, and I was like, I'll give him a listen. His album was great, but this song is amazing. Probably it cracked my top 10 for this year, and I think it's still my rotation now. The album came out I think earlier this month, so yeah, this is an amazing song.
Uh, Next on my list, again in no particular order. I just kind of wrote them down. I have Chicago Freestyle,
Yeah.
by Drake featuring Giveon. I guarantee all of you have heard this song. You already know what it is, bro. Drake kind of took some of like Eminem's choppy kind of. The song is just such a vibe. Plus, Giveon is immaculate on this song. Chicago Freestyle. It was also featured on Drake's album this year, Dark Lane Demo Tapes, which people don't really count as an album, but I thought I thought Chicago Freestyle was one of the best songs that we got this year. Such a vibe, such a good song. If somehow, I'm gonna say it again. If somehow you haven't heard, give it a listen. And listen to more of Giveon's work. He's really good.
Yeah, Giveon is also a very talented artist. So go listen to his solo stuff as well. He's 100% worth a listen. And then next on
He
my
dropped
list,
a project this year, so
yeah.
give that a listen.
What was it called? Something for you? Was it not? Was it? Yeah, something like that.
I do not remember.
Yeah, something like that. So next on my top 10 songs list, I have "Stranger" by Medhane and Navy Blue. Again, Medhane is more of an underground artist, but I mean, if you're not familiar with his work, please check him out. He has a lot of similarities with like Earl Sweatshirt and Mavi, I would say. that type of abstract hip hop. I one of my favorite probably my favorite subgenre of hip hop. If I had to pick, um, it takes like that kind of genre takes inspiration from like lo-fi hip hop and then like free form rapping. It's like a mix of both, but I really like the song. It came out a long time ago, I think around January, and I still and it still managed to crack my top 10 even though it came out like beginning of the year and so much music was released since then and we weren't really expecting that much music to be like I didn't know this year's gonna be so good for music. It just kind of just so we say consistent after every month. I think we got like at least one really good project every month this year. So and I
Yeah.
think that's great. I mean, obviously with everything that's going on with the whole virus and no concerts, it's been artists have been able to really focus on their craft more, and I think that's great. So yeah, if you haven't listened to this song, go give it a listen. It's an amazing song.
Um, After Chicago Freestyle, I had the bigger picture,
Hmm.
by Lil Baby. Just shows how aware. Uh, there's another word for it, like when you like I don't know, I forgot
Conscious,
what the word. Yeah, I guess some
conscious.
shit like
Yeah.
he's aware of like what's going on, and obviously big artist. He used his platform to really spread awareness about what was happening and what still is happening for the most part
Hmm.
for the Black Lives Matter. Not, and the song, even just like not to take away from any of that, but that song was just a very good song.
Yeah.
Like he talked about how like he raps about like dope and violence and stuff, but he still has to tell his like youngins to vote and like he's got to do all that stuff. Talks about how he has to use his platform. Like not everyone's racist and they have to like make a change, obviously. And just overall, really good song. Definitely one of my favorites this year. And I've listened to it a bunch since it came out. Lil Baby had a very good year.
Yeah. He
Um,
had an
but
amazing year.
yeah,
Amazing year.
yeah. If you haven't heard that song, listen to it.
Yeah. So at the next song I have on this list is "Disgusted" by Dreamville. Mainly, it was Cause and Childish Major. This was actually off of the Revenge of Dreamers 3 Deluxe, which came out earlier this year, so it counts as 2020. Um, I think that definitely like we talked this bit last episode. The deluxe albums are can be great if they're done right. I guess. I think in this situation, the deluxe added to the album and made it better. Um, this is a great song. It's like I think it's a great song. I think you're working out at the gym or something. It's like something you put in your ears and kind of gives you that sort of, I guess, confidence and just swagger. I love this song. I think Cause bodied both of it. I think he had two verses on the song, bodied both of them. He's amazing. And then Childish Major obviously bodied the hook. If you haven't listened to the Revenge of Dreamers tape or the deluxe, um, please go listen. I actually think it's a very underappreciated project. Obviously, J Cole, JID, and they're all very well known artists. But I think this tape went under the radar when it came to the actual quality. It doesn't get the right amount of attention. I feel. So yeah, please go give it a listen if you haven't already.
My next song is the "What's Poppin" remix. Um, Jack Harlow, DaBaby, uh, Tory Lanez, and Lil Wayne. Every artist did pretty well on this. Just a bop song. Like Jack Harlow redid his verse, which was pretty good. DaBaby had an okay verse. I don't really like DaBaby that much, but it wasn't that bad. Tory Lanez, by far the best verse on this song. It was very good, and Lil Wayne did his thing too. But yeah, I'm sure everyone's heard this song. It makes my I also like the beat from What's Poppin', honestly. And yeah, I've listened to it a bunch of times since it came out. So yeah, that song also makes my top list songs of the year.
Okay, so my next song that made my top 10 is Pyro by Denzel Curry off of Unlocked, his collaboration tape with Kenny Beats. I must have listened to this song like a million times this year alone. It's such a short song, but it's so hard. Like, the beat is hard. Denzel Curry just came in with like I'm trying to think of like a good example to compare it to. Um, this was like those are Kenny beats on this song is like LeBron James and like Dwayne Wade back in like 20 like 2010 2011 or like whatever that like between those years like 20 like from like 2010 to like 20 like 15. Okay, that was like them on this song. It was just a hard song. um I hate the fact that it's like a minute long. I feel it's way too short because it's too hard, and I can't stop listening to the song. This song's amazing. um that's all I have to say. It gets like the bars in this song. Like there's one bar he said, "Fire flows like I'm red and white Mario." You know how hard that's just hard. Like yeah, that just listen to this. Listen to the tape. It's really short. It's like 17 minutes, and listen to this song. It's an amazing song. That's all I have to say about that. That's it. That's it.
All right.
That's it.
I'm gonna move things a little bit faster now. I'm gonna do my next three songs here, because I don't want this podcast to be, 90 minutes long. Um, my next song I have is Euphoria off of Heaven or Hell. Don Toliver, Cash Page, and Travis Scott. Such a vibe. Love the song. Travis Scott had a short verse, but it's fine. He was good. Cash Page sang the chorus, really really well. And Don Toliver had a good, nice, slick verse at the end there. The song's really a vibe, kind of like a get you in your feels kind of song. But yeah, listen to the song if you haven't. After that, I had the Lemonade remix. I forgot the dude, Internet Money, I think is the producer. And then it was Don Toliver and Roddy Ricch. Most of you probably heard Lemonade. There's a version without Nav, so that's the one I'm gonna listen to. Anyway, the next song I have after that is the next song I have after that is Growing Pains 4 featuring nobody, because it's just actually no, Andre 3000 is on it. He kind of says like a couple sentences, but he's on it. I love the beat. It's kind of like lo-fi type of vibe. Logic's just chilling on it. Off his No Pressure tape, obviously. And he's just flowing about some shit. But yeah, very good. And that leaves me with two more songs. So Mal, you're up.
Yeah, so I actually have a song off of Logic's album as well, and the No Pressure intro. This is like there's no better way to.
Very good.
I think out of all the intros we got this year off of every album, this has to be like top three. Like this is like there's no better way to start an album. Like this song made me so happy when I heard it. Like you don't understand. Like I mean, we were listening to the album live.
Bro, you knew the album was like I was ecstatic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I knew the album was gonna be good when that song.
Yeah. His bars. He had some insane bars in this. I think one of them was like, some what you say? He was like, riding around the city on $1.25. You guys keep your head if you want to say something like that. Like I thought it was just so hard. Like this was such an amazing way to start the project.
He was like another one I liked. He was like people telling you to stay in your lane, but they can't even drive.
Yeah.
I really like that bar too.
Yeah. Man, this song.
I like that one.
This song made me so like I listen to the song when I'm like not in a good mood because it just makes. I just think about when I listened to it the first time and how happy it made me to hear that. You know, man, and the little like the no ID like tag at the beginning. That Logic, like he was like no ID, and then he kept saying, I was like I got goosebumps when he said that. Like that was amazing. But yeah, that's.
I also like how Logic like the guy who like kind of narrates the album.
Yeah.
Orson Welles. He fits it really well.
Yeah. This is just an amazing song, man. That's all I always say. That. Yeah. Then I got, right. So with my last two, songs for this year, I got "Hard Target" by Action Bronson, off of his tape "Only for Dolphins." Spoiler alert: his album actually made my top 10 albums this year as well. But this is an amazing song. It was more of one of his more, I guess, emotional songs in a way, because he's more of like a, in your face type of artist. Like, but this is him sort of talking about problems he's dealt with, and how how he struggled a bit with things. And I thought he kind of did it well on this song. Yeah, like it's an amazing song. One of my favorite songs this year. And then my last song, I got "Grass" by Red Veil. 16 years old, and he made this song himself. It had a feature with Cameron Bolden. Um, this song is just really, really. He flipped an Alicia Keys sample, like, and I think that's like incredible. How incredible this song sounds. Um, I can't even really explain it. Like it's just, he's like what blows me away is that the fact that he's 16 years old and this song is like I don't think a lot of artists when they reach their prime will ever make a song this good. Like it, in my opinion. But if you haven't listened to this tape, Niagara, go listen to that and stream this song as well. "Grass" by Red Veil.
So my last two songs, first I'll start with I had Flex off of Polo G's The Goat featuring Juice World.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked Polo G's flow on this song. Juice World also had a really good verse, I thought, and the beat was nice. So if you haven't listened to it yet, go listen to this one. And my favorite song of 2020, to no surprise, is The Scots with Travis Scott and Kid Cudi. It was my most streamed song this year according to Spotify, and most of you have probably heard it. I really like Travis Scott's verse on that song. The beat on that song is crazy. The outro is really good, and Kid Cudi does this kind of rapping thing. I didn't really like Kid Cudi's verse as much as most people, but overall, pretty good song. So that wraps up our favorite song list in 2020. So now we are going to move on to albums, and just to speed this up, we'll do two at a time, and we'll discuss them. So Malachi, what are your number 10 and number 9 favorites?
So this is in order of what I enjoyed the most, not anything other than that. It's just basing my personal favorites. So hope you guys understand. Like some people will actually get mad, like, oh, how do you not have this album? Like, just relax. Like it's my favorite. Anyways, number 10, we just discussed. I have "Only for Dolphins" by Action Bronson. My favorite 3 songs of the album were "Hard Target," C12H16N2. It's like a chemical compound, or is that what it's called? Like a chemical formula name for something. And then Latin Grammys. And number 9, I have "Niagara" by Red Veil. My favorite songs were "Grass," "Bad News," and "Wait."
Uh, and I had at number 10, I had "That's What They All Say" by Jack Harlow. I honestly didn't expect this song to make my top 10, if I'm being completely honest with y'all. But it's a pretty solid album. The songs I like most, I liked "Face of My City" featuring Lil Baby. That was probably my favorite song. I also liked Route 66 featuring ESTG. I liked that song as well, and I liked Baxter Avenue. So those were my 3 favorites off of that album. And then at number 9, I had "High Off Life" by Future. Future dropped a really good project this year. I really enjoyed it. My favorite 3 songs off of that project was "Solitaires" featuring Travis Scott. Another song was "100 Shooters" with it was Meek Mill, Future, and I think it was BJ the Chicago Kid. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But that song was really good. I also liked "All Bad" with Lil Uzi Vert. "Riding Strikers" was good too, and "Trapped in the Sun." Overall, that album was really nice. I enjoyed all of it.
Yeah, and then so my next 2. So at number 8, I have "Unlocked" by Denzel Curry and Kenny Beats. My 3 favorite songs of the album are "Pyro," "Layup," and "Cosmic." It was a very short project, more of an EP. So some people I was questioning whether or not I should put it on this list, but it's on Spotify, it's on Apple Music. It's an album. It's treated as an album. I'm gonna treat it as an album as such as well.
Yeah.
Then at number 7, I have "Try Again" by Overcast. Again, kind of like an abstract hip hop album, but kind of like also like a futuristic kind of sound. Most people, he's a very underground artist. I think it's like less than 100,000 streams on Spotify, like a monthly. So I seriously think in a few years he'll be more popular. But yeah, so my three favorite songs were Face, Try Again, so the title track, and then the outro. That's what's called the outro. And yep,
Okay,
and
nice. Okay, so number 8, I had After Hours by The Weeknd. Um, kind of same old weekend shit. Really toxic, rapping about girls and his life and drugs and cocaine and all that stuff. But it's The Weeknd, so it's gonna be damn good. Production was really good. Just an overall really good album. That album really well. You can't get over how well The Weeknd sings. So my three favorite songs off that, it's gonna be pretty basic. Blinding Lights, I really liked. It had like a 80s kind of style beat, really good production. I really like Heartless. I know also pretty basic. And then I liked I think it was called Escape from LA, but I'm not entirely sure. I want to be 100% sure what it was called. Um, it was called, yes, Escape from LA. I was right. Okay. So yeah, those three were my favorites. Number 7, I had The Goat by Polo G. Really good album. I got a little bit stale at times, but I thought it was still very good. Kind of similar to like The Weeknd, where all the songs kind of sound a little bit similar. To me, you got your like piano beats. Apollo G was rapping about his kind of come up, where he's at now, like what's affected him growing up. Obviously, I mentioned before I liked Flex featuring Juice WRLD. That's a banger. The other two songs I liked 21 and I Know. They're very good body of work by Polo G there.
all right. So at number 6, I have it's hard to pronounce because I think it's a Spanish pronunciation, but I have Ada Irin by Navy Blue. Um, my friend, I had one of my friends actually put me on this album. Like it's came out I think February. He just randomly sent it to me, and I was like, oh okay. And I listened to it, and I was like, wait, this is actually really good. It was actually so random. Like I had no clue. I mean, I knew who Navy Blue was, but I had no clue he dropped this album. Um, but yeah, and then my three favorite songs were "Ode to My Love," "In Good Hands," and "Love Is." Those are my three favorite songs off that album. And at number 5, I have "The Boy" Logic with "No Pressure." Um, Man, this album was a great sort of I guess comeback album from his last album last year. Um, I think
There was.
like not only did it exceed my expectations, it was just in general a damn good album. Um, I wasn't expecting him to come
It
back
like
like this. Like,
it wasn't like this is better than what he's put out before. Like this is like a generally like accepted by like people in the community as a good body of work. Um, I know a lot of like popular reviewers on YouTube gave it a good score.
mhm.
Like overall, it was well received.
Yeah.
But yeah, that brings me to my list here, where I had number 6, Man on the Moon, 3, um, Kid by Kid Cudi.
Hmm.
Obviously, a really good album. When you get Kid Cudi, for the most part, it's good, but he's kind of inconsistent. But I liked almost every song on this track. I liked, I guess if I were to highlight my favorite three, Rockstar Nights,
Hmm.
featuring Trippie Redd, Show Out with featuring Skepta and Pop Smoke, and I also liked For the Kids. Honestly, most of these songs were very good. And then at number 5, I had My Turn by Lil Baby. One of the better projects to release this year, as we said before.
Yeah.
Lil Baby had a very good year. I really liked Whoa. Live Off My Closet is my project, featuring Future, and then obviously you have We Paid 40 with 42 again, and like a lot of these were good. Like We Should with Young Thug was good, and Forever with Lil Wayne I really liked. Like that whole album was really good.
Yeah. Wait, did I say my top three are for Logic's? Okay. Anyway, so did I? Yeah. Okay. 5 hooks, no pressure intro, and then open mic Aquarius 3 are my three favorite off of Logic's album. But moving forward, we got number 4 and number 3. So number 4 shouldn't be a surprise to most people, but I had Alfredo by The Alchemist and Freddie Gibbs. There's not much to say. This is just Freddie Gibbs and The Alchemist coming together, making good ass music. Um, Uh, as
We've talked about that album a
a
lot.
lot, yeah. My three favorites.
Another thing, yeah.
My three favorites were something to rap about, featuring Tyler the Creator, All Glass, and Look at Me.
Um, a pretty bad move by me here. I still haven't listened to that project. I'm probably gonna listen to it after we record this actually. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm sure it would probably make some kind of list if I listen to it. Like the general praise has gotten is pretty big too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was your number four list. What's your number three?
Number three is Full Circle by Medhane. Like I said, he's a more underground artist, but I really got into his music this year. And he dropped three. He actually had three albums this year, and all of them are really good. But this is the only one that's in my top 10. Uh,
Fair.
Full Circle, and yeah, I liked my favorite songs were Reverence, Natural Leaf, and I Was Just in the Mara. Yeah, this is a very good project. I think y'all should give this a listen.
Um, and then at number four I had um, Meet the Woo 2
Mm-hmm.
by Pop Smoke. Not really an album, kind of like an EP mixtape kind of. This whole album is just like hype as shit, bro. Like it's the most hype album I've ever heard. Like you can work out to it, you can go on a night drive with it. You can like you when you listen to this album, you feel like you can do anything. Um, but on my favorites, I liked Element, I liked Dreaming, I liked um, I can't even like remember all of them. It was just a genuinely such a good album. I literally like every song off it. Obviously, like you have like Invincible, and I thought Shake the Room with Quavo was even good.
Mm-hmm.
Get Back, Christopher Walken. I don't want to name every song, but like that the whole EP is amazing. Very good work from Pop Smoke there. His first project of the year.
Mm-hmm. And then
And at number three, yeah, at number three I had we discussed before. I had No Pressure by Logic.
yeah,
As we already said, the production is really good on this.
yeah.
Very good comeback album from Logic. Also a good send off. It was good to retire with such a good project. This is what we've been waiting for from him. I liked most of this album. I'd say, Growing Pains 4, Soul Food 2. I liked Hit My Line. I liked Heard Him Say. And obviously, the No Pressure intro is one of the best intros we've seen, as Malachi said.
Yeah, from this year, I think one of the best intros this year. It just gives me such good vibes, you know. Like, I think it just
Yeah.
every time I listen to it, I just go back to when we first listened to it, heard the first time, and I just remember how happy I was to hear him back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah. So now we're
All right.
down to the number two, and number one.
Okay. We'll do these one by one.
Okay.
So like do number two. I'll do number two. And
All right. So number two, we got Circles by Mac Miller. This is a rare. I don't want to say rare, it's just, but a posthumous album that was done perfectly, and I, it's a hard. It was a hard listen for me because I knew, as amazing as the album was, I knew it wasn't Mac Miller at the same time. Like I mean, it was him, but it wasn't. He wasn't here to witness it. You know what I mean? And it made it almost put like a weird sort of aura around the album while I was listening to it. Like as much as I like the songs as well, something something kind of put it off at the same time. Because I knew like he's not here anymore, and I like this sound that he's going for, and I'm curious to see how much further he would have gone with it if he was still alive, if he was still alive and here with us, because he did a bit of it on Swimming, and like I listen to Swimming and go, oh my god, wait, this sounds like something that would have been on Circles, and and I get sad about that, because like he could have really done something crazy with this type of sound. He could have branched into
yeah.
a new sort of spectrum of like alternative hip hop, but I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
He could have like really paved the way for that new thing, and now he's not with us anymore. It's really,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's my number two.
At number two, I had Heaven or Hell, released I think way back in March
Yeah.
or February by Don Toliver. Um, obviously you guys know I'm a big Travis Scott fan, and Don Toliver emulates his sound and style a little bit. So obviously I took a huge liking to the album. Also, overall, I just thought it was a good project. Don Toliver's a really good artist. He a lot of good songs come off this project here. He has I said before Euphoria with Travis Scott and Cat, very good song. I also like the No Photos. No Photos, probably one of my favorites off the project itself.
Hmm.
I also if you ever listen to it, make sure you tune into the outro of the song Candy. It's pretty like it's really good. One of my favorite outros to a song ever. Overall, but yeah, Don Toliver, Heaven or Hell. I'm excited to see what he does in the future. He had a pretty big year as well.
Yeah, he did.
Um,
He did.
a lot of popular songs. Like After Party was number one for a little bit, and then he obviously had Lemonade, which was a couple months ago, and looks like the future's pretty bright for him.
Yeah. I forgot to mention my top three off of Circles in order were Hand Me Downs, Woods, and Blue World. Were all three just phenomenal songs. All right, so the moment you all have been waiting for, I guess, my number one album of the year. I think if you followed me on Twitter, you probably would know. I think I literally said, "Hey, this is my album of the year." But number one, we got "Pray for Paris" by West Side Gun. Um, this album's this album's phenomenal from start to finish, and I think I really need to listen to Griselda more because West Side Gun's the only artist in Griselda I've really gotten into, and he's phenomenal. But then I've heard a little bit of Benny the Butcher, like some of his solo work, and he's phenomenal. I need to listen to him more. I think he dropped an album this year that I probably would have put in my top 10 if I listened to it in fully, but who knows? Um, yeah, Griselda, they're insane. Um, they don't get enough respect. I don't think in hip hop. Like they could have definitely had at least one of them nominated for a Grammy. I think with at least looking at that list we got this year, for sure. Like this is an album that possibly could have got nominated for a rap album of the year Grammy. If just based off of the other nominations we had, this is 100% an album that could have been, and it would have been great for Griselda. Um, I love it's like very grit. It's like I guess you would consider like gritty sort of hip hop. Like it's like a mix of like gangster. It's not. It's kind of gangster rap, but then it's also like just really gritty and but then it's also soulful beats as well. Um, it's a lot of rapping about killing and and shooting people and having got like but it's fire. It's so fire. And Jay Versace, like you said, he's moving into one of my favorite producers because he did a lot of work on this project and he's a phenomenal producer. He's gonna be if he keeps continue if he keeps continuing what he's doing, he's gonna be great. My three favorite songs were Le Dijoliba, 500 Ounces, and Party with Pop Smoke. Those are my top three songs of this project. An amazing listen. You should please go listen to yourself if you haven't.
All right, and the moment you've also all been waiting for. My number one album is Good Intentions by Nav. So obviously, a very good project by Nav here. Um, you know, um, Nav had to go off. Um, you know, um, Nav. Um, yeah. So yeah. Thank you all for listening to the podcast. We wish you a happy new year, and yeah. Okay. My actual number one is "Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon" by Pop Smoke. Nav was a close number 11, 12, and 13 because Nav decided to drop three projects this year, which all were ass. Anyway, "Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon." As Malachi was saying, very rare we get good posthumous albums. We saw them fumble the ball with X's posthumous projects. Worst albums, one of the worst albums I've ever heard. But Pop Smoke and Mac Miller, both very good posthumous albums. Pop Smoke, as Malachi was saying, it kind of felt like weird listening to him because like you're vibing with the song, but you realize that like he's not there to like see the release with his fans kind of thing. Like he wasn't able to see like the amazing reception it got and stuff like that. And like I guess the same thing kind of goes they were both trying new sounds that we both like would have been nice to see where they would have gone. Another thing with Pop Smoke is he was on like the verge of being like the biggest artist in the scene at the time.
Yeah.
And then obviously obviously, unfortunately he was killed. But yeah, amazing album. 50 Cent did really good with taking over leading production on it. And I just thought it was very well. The deluxe had like a couple good songs. But yeah, overall the three songs I liked most, I liked For the Night with Lil Baby and Da Baby. I liked The Woo with Roddy Ricch and 50 Cent, and I liked Got It On Me, where he took the many men words, as we've seen a few times. But yeah, I mean, overall, it's just, I feel like we talk about this a lot. It's just so sad to see these young artists or like any artist dying,
Hmm.
because they're artists so like out there just for
Yeah,
everyone to
and
listen to.
I think
But
a good
yeah,
posthumous album, a good posthumous album is always going to be iffy for me because especially like we just saw, but like when they make a new sound but like they're no longer here to see where it could really go. It's just it hurts so much because it's like wow, like Pop
yeah,
Smoke really could have ran music. You know what I mean? Um,
he
Mac Miller
yeah
really
he
could have
ran
ran.
he ran the scene for like the whole summer, and he wasn't even alive.
Yeah, he
Like
could.
it's just sometimes you wish they were there just to kind of, you know, like I don't know, like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's just extremely sad that they're gone overall. I don't mean to get all like another posthumous album that was really good was Juice World's album,
Hmm.
which we didn't really talk about, but I just want to mention it. Um, I'm not a big Juice World fan. I never have been, and I never said I was. And I'm still not. But that album was pretty good. You could also see that was kind of what Juice World was going for,
Hmm.
and they did the best they could with what he was able to record
Yeah.
before his passing. But yeah, some other things I just wanted to touch on before we wrap up the year, I guess.
Yeah.
Shout out I didn't mention the song, but like it dropped in like January or something. Life is Good with Drake and Future,
Shout out.
banger. Like I forgot to talk about it, but like that's also a very good song. Another thing I want to touch on was how Nav dropped three projects and they were all cheeks. I don't know how you do it, Nav, but good job, buddy. And then also I also want to say NBA YoungBoy drops like 50 songs a year and they're all bad. It's kind of amazing.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah, Malachi, any closing words
Yeah.
on the year we had?
Yeah. Shout out Drake and Future with Life is Good because life has not been good since then, since they dropped that song. So thank you for not dropping another song just how to reverse the effects of what's happened. So yeah, like
Yeah, I dropped Life
they
Sucks
need
in January.
they need to drop Life Sucks, so then everything reverses. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, like so
You
this
know,
yeah.
Drake, I know you're listening, bro. So like, if you want to drop Life Sucks with Future, um, just say it was our idea. I don't have to take much credit. Just cut the check for me, bro. That's all
Yeah.
that matters. But yeah. So yeah, Drake. Next time I see you, you got my phone number, so just give me a call. But yeah. Just some closing remarks on the year and the podcast as a whole. We want to thank you guys so much for the support we've gotten. We kind of started this. I said this on the last episode because I didn't think we would be able to get to record before the year ends.
Hmm.
But right now it's December 31st, 2:37 in the morning.
Hmm.
Um, I just want to say we both really appreciate the
Every
support
single
you
one of
showed
you.
us.
Yeah.
Mostly um mostly from our friends from school and that, but like it really does help us put out more episodes knowing that we're growing an audience here and
Hmm.
people actually kind of care about what we're saying. We kind of just started this just because Logic was retiring and we just wanted to talk about it,
Yeah.
and like I was like, yo, maybe I'll start a podcast. Malcolm was like, yeah, go. I was like, fuck it, you may as well do it with me. And it's kind of cool to see. We've had our ups and downs. We didn't record for like 2 months at one point, but like now we're getting one out a week. So
Yeah.
and that's mostly because of you guys. If it's hard to keep putting out content when you notice nobody's looking at it. So thank you all so much for listening this year.
Yeah.
We're excited to see where we go next year, and we're also excited to see where music goes.
Yeah.
So thank you all for tuning in.
So,
Um,
just a few more things I want to touch on
yeah,
quickly. So, like I said, we're gonna do when Drake drops in January. We're definitely doing a release party on Discord. that's gonna be fun. We might we don't know for sure yet, but we could do something live for that, like a live reaction maybe on Twitch or something like that. It's not nothing's confirmed yet, but that's something we've been thinking about. Also, like we have our playlist. We've been updating a lot recently. There's a lot of songs there. Go check that out.
Description. Everything in
Yeah.
the description.
Yes,
Check below.
and did we get a new banner yet? Is it updated for on our YouTube? Banner?
Yes, it is. So
Yes.
shout out,
Shout out our boy
shout out
Rawad.
Rawad.
Yeah.
for making us a new banner. Me and Rawad were like working on it at like 4 a.m. the other day because it wasn't fitting the megapixels that YouTube has, and the settings are stupid. So if you want to look at our new banner, Rawad made it, and give him some love in the comments section.
Yeah, and go follow him on Twitter, Instagram. Yep. At Raw Dog on Twitter, and
At Rawad with like multiple D's at the end. Yeah. But yeah, just to finish up here, we hope again, thank you all for watching. It means a lot to us, really. We're just some 17-year-olds in our rooms talking about music. But yeah, thank you all for listening. We hope you all have a happy new year. It's been a pretty shit year. But yeah, it can only get better from here, right? So yeah, thank you all for tuning into episode 10 of the Microphone Club. Happy New Year, everyone.
Yeah, Happy New Year's, y'all, and we'll see you with the next episode. Peace out.
Holy shit, but that was our longest episode yet. That was like an hour.